Hello, everyone. This is Mr. H. I wanted to go over quickly what the expectations are for this upcoming week. And the very first thing, the most important thing for this week is the iReady diagnostic test. Okay, so that's going to be the major focus for this week. There will be an assignment or two, but the major thing is the iReady test. Now, I want to start with this image. I know that every one of you has gone to the eye doctor and you've had to take an eye test where the eye doctor will give you a bunch of letters and say, can you tell me the lowest line that you can read? And you go and you try to read a certain line, and it helps tell the eye doctor kind of where you are and if you need help, right? Something like this. You have a bunch of letters. You can see, and then the doctor will say, tell me the lowest line that you can read, and you try to read the lowest line on the chart. The iReady test is basically providing that same function for me as your teacher. It's telling me, okay, these are the math questions that the student can do, and here are some things that they can't do, so that's what I need to say, okay, this is where we need to focus. But this only works, this only helps me is that if you do it to the best of your ability. If you are not trying, it's not going to help me because it's not going to be a true indicator of where you are. So, very first thing I'm going to say, it's going to be the last thing I say as well, you have to do your best. You have to try on every question. Okay? So that's the most important thing. Out of everything that I'm saying, that's the most important thing. You just have to try your best on every question. Now, the test is adaptive. What that means is there's going to be some questions that you're going to get right, but there are also going to be some questions that you get wrong. And what's going to happen is the test is going to be moving up if you get questions right, and it's going to be dropping down a little bit if you miss questions. And eventually what we're going to do is we're going to find that area where you are. We're going to find out, okay, here is where this student is mathematically. Now, we can only do that if you are trying your best. So here are the things that I need. All right, these are the things that I recommend. You have to find a place that's quiet, that there aren't a bunch of distractions, because you're not going to be able to do your best if you're distracted. No television, no phone, no bunch of conversations going on, no loud noises. You need to be able to focus. That's the first thing. Second thing, please do not rush. Please don't say, okay, I don't want to do this. Let me just go through and just guess on some questions. Please don't do that. Two reasons. First of all, it's not helping me figure out where you are and where you need help if you're just guessing and not trying and rushing through it. But the second thing is the test has the capability of flagging students that are rushing. So if your test gets flagged as one where the student rushed, guess what? You're going to have to take this test again. And I know that none of you want to have to take this test again. I know that. So please do not rush. Take your time. The test should take about an hour, give or take. Again, there's no prescribed time limit because it's going to be adapting to you. So you may take a little bit more time than someone else, or you may be finished a little earlier than someone else. It's going to be based on your abilities and your pace. But on average, it takes about an hour, maybe a little bit over. So don't rush through it. The next thing is, when you're taking the math portion, you should have scrap paper. You should have a pencil where you can actually do calculations to make sure that you're getting your answers right. So don't sit down unless you have some scrap paper and a pencil so you can do some writing. In the reading portion, you may have to go through and reread some of the passages to make sure you understand what they're asking you. So take your time and do that. But the bottom line in all of what I'm saying is you have to do your best. Find a quiet place. Don't rush. Do your best. That's all I'm asking. Whatever your score is, as long as you've done your best, that's what I need, because that's going to tell me this is where we need to be working. This is the area we need to be focused on. Okay? That's what this week is about, the iReady test. Once the test is completed, there will be a couple assignments, but it's basically going to be vocabulary, math vocabulary. Just making sure you can find words, understand words. But the most important thing for this week is the diagnostic test. All right, guys. Again, do your best, and I will see you soon. Thanks.